How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Coming back from the post office and picked up a PSA return. This is a small return, and I know I just released a PSA return video last week. Didn't get a chance to get a show video out last weekend because last weekend was the Pasadena Front Row Card Show, and boy, was that insane. Didn't have any time at all to edit a video with all the preparation and just all the craziness that happened at that show. Look forward to that content probably in a couple months. I know we're super backlogged through our videos, but I want to get this video out because we are getting the submission back and we are going to have it out for our next show this weekend, which is on Black Friday. We're going to be at the Fans Expo in San Francisco. It's more of a convention, not really a card show, but we will have all the inventory out there, and I want to shoot a video for you guys for the reveal. Also want to get this video out because all of the slabs that are in this PSA return will be up on our eBay store by the time this video goes out. Not to mention that we are going to have a Black Friday sale on our eBay store, so everything on our eBay store will have a slight discount already on top of the low rock bottom market price. So check out our eBay store during Black Friday. It's going to be running from Thanksgiving all the way to Cyber Monday. So if you guys are looking for great deals, check out our eBay store. The link is in the video description. But I am super excited to get into this PSA return. I've been waiting for the last couple of days, watching, tracking to make sure it gets dropped off at the post office. So we are good to go. Has a bunch of bangers. I'm talking about Charizard, LC, Reverse Hollow. I think a couple of gold stars. It's just a lot of heat. I've been waiting for it. Not a big submission. It's about like 50 cards. I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and get back home and get into this reveal. Alright, it looks like we have about 50 cards to go through here, so we're going to go through this relatively quick. I'll use this little cute little Squirtle as the revealer. Let's get into it. Team Aqua's Kyogre EX. This is Double Crisis Full Art. Beautiful card. PSA 6. Dark Dragonair Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow. This one has a ton of wear. There's a crease right here. Probably low grade. Back is all mangled. It's got a PSA 3. Charmander Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow. Pretty worn out, as you guys can see. Look at that. It has whitening on it. PSA 2. Espeon Reverse Hollow from Delta Species. Beautiful card. The shine on that. PSA 4. Look at the wear on this. That corner. Tons of wear on this card. It's a Chansey Shadowless from base set. Scratching on the hollow there. PSA 2. Voltorb Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow. PSA 3. Ninetales Shadowless from base set. PSA 5. Charizard Shadowless. This one has a lot of wear, as you guys can tell, on the front. A lot of wear on the back. Very low grade, without a doubt. PSA 2. Blastoise from base set Unlimited. PSA 3. M Charizard EX from Flash Fire. Pretty sick card. I like to always grade this. It sells very well. PSA 7. Mewtwo base set Unlimited. PSA 5. Charizard from base set 2. Decent amount of wear around the edges. PSA 2 again. Zapdos Shadowless. Lot of wear, as you guys can see on the front. Back all has all the edges creasing, whitening. Very low grade expected. PSA 3. Potion Energy from Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow. PSA 5. Entei Gold Star from Unseen Forces. Pretty worn out. Creasing right here on the edge. Probably a PSA 1. Another crease here. Yeah, guaranteed PSA 1 on this. PSA 1. Japanese card. Ho-Oh Legend. Bottom. First edition. PSA 5. Moving on to the second stack. Dark Dragonite Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow. This one has a ton of wear on it. Crease here. Crease here. Crease on the front and the back. Guaranteed PSA 1, if not a 2. PSA 1. Raichu First Edition in Shadowless from base set. Ton of wear on this card. PSA 3. Dark Vaporeon from Legendary Collection in Reverse Hollow. This has a crease right across the bottom. Ton of wear, as you guys can see. The crease goes all the way through the back. There's also a crease right in the center of it, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a PSA 1. PSA 1. Rayquaza Deoxys Legend. This is the top half. Beautiful card. Check that out. Rayquaza looking at you. PSA 6. Here's the top half of the Ho-Oh Legend in Japanese. PSA 3. Charizard G Level X. This is the promo version. PSA 6. Looks like we got a Japanese vintage card here. It's a Blaine's Charizard. Doesn't look like there's any swirls, but it looks like a relatively clean copy. There's a little bit of whitening in the top right here and on the side, but definitely not a 9 or 10 contention. PSA 6. Another Dark Dragonair from Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow. This one has significantly less wear, but it does have a bump right there. Back's not too bad. PSA 4. Celebration Fanfare in Indonesian. We picked this up as a sealed card, so this is a very clean copy from what I saw. PSA 10, and probably the only PSA 10 that's in this submission, not gonna lie. Mischievous Pichu promo card, very cool, cute card. This is a possibility of a 10, we'll see. Oh, we got another 10, sweet. Another Japanese vintage card, rare on the top. Base set Blastoise, PSA 5. Another Japanese vintage card here. Another Blaine's Charizard. This one doesn't have a swirl either. PSA 3. Ooh, Rowlet Munch Retrospect Japanese promo. Somewhat relatively clean if I recall. I believe this has a bit of whitening or a bit of a dent. There's like a bit of a dent right here. So definitely not going to 9 or 10, but we will take any grade. PSA 7. Look at this card. Look at the wear on this. This is a guaranteed PSA 1. Whitening all around. Definitely a well-loved card. German Blastoise. The front looks great, but the back, not quite sure what happened there. You wouldn't be able to tell from the front. It's a damaged card. PSA 1. Look at the wear on that, on this. Guaranteed PSA 1 as well. This one's a Mega Rayquaza EX. Look at that, full art. From the front, looks relatively decent, although I can see from a certain angle this has a crease right here. Probably PSA 1 or PSA 2. Not quite damaged enough, guys. How about a Rayquaza Delta Species? This has a bit of writing right here. It looks like a bit of writing on the back as well. PSA 2. And a Charizard from base set. This has a crease right down the center. You guys can see it through the back as well. Guaranteed PSA 1, if not 2. PSA 2. Moving on to the last stack. Really not surprised by any of the grades, but I'm hoping for the best for the rest of the submission. Mr. Mime first edition from Jungle, PSA 6. Snorlax first edition from Jungle Hollow, PSA 6 again. Gengar Fossil first edition Hollow, PSA 7. Haunter first edition from Fossil Hollow, PSA 6. Koga's Beedrill from Gym Challenge first edition. There is a big swirl right in the hollowing right there. PSA 5. Sabrina's Alakazam first edition from Gym Challenge. No swirl on this, but beautiful card nonetheless. PSA 6. Dragonite first edition from Fossil Hollow. No swirl. PSA 7. Shining Gyarados first edition. Oof, I forgot I even submitted this card. Doesn't look like there's a swirl, but beautiful card and in first edition. Gotta be happy just to get this back. PSA 6. Suicune from Neo Revelation. This card sells very well for us. We like to pick it up regardless of the condition. PSA 7. Gyarados first edition from base set. Shadowless. A little bit of wear right here in the front. Back looks relatively decent. Don't expect a high grade. I'm expecting a 5 or 6. How about a PSA 4? I will take it. It is a first edition base set Charizard Hollow from Crystal Guardians. From the front, looks relatively decent. Back has a little bit of wear on the top and on the bottom. PSA 6. I will take it. Bunch of wear on the edges on this card. It's a Nidoking first edition from base set. It's got a PSA 3. Here's the big one of the submission. Charizard Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow. This looks like a relatively clean copy. There's a little bit of wear on the bottom. Wasn't expecting a super high grade, but I bought this off a viewer. Beautiful card. PSA 4. Graveler Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow. PSA 3. Kakuna Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow. PSA 8. Jolteon first edition from Jungle. Relatively worn on the edges, on the bottom, and on the side. Don't expect a high grade. Hollow version of the Jolteon. PSA 4. And the last card of this submission is a Venusaur Shadowless from base set. PSA 4. Well, quick guys, we are in editing mode right now, and after the submission, I realized that we're actually gonna have to send most of these slabs back. If you take a very close look at the slabs that we received, there's actually a small internal chip on the edges of some of these slabs. I didn't really notice until after I was filming and I started to sleeve up the slabs. In this situation, when PSA is responsible for any damage or if there's any cracked or damaged slabs, they will pay for shipping back to them and they'll reslab it for free. The only cost to me is that I have to wait a couple of weeks for it to get done. It's a lot quicker than grading because they're actually not grading anything, they're just reslabbing everything. If you pay close attention to the edging on some of the slabs, you'll notice there's a small little chip on the left hand side. Sometimes they're on the bottom corner. I'd say 42 out of the 50 slabs are damaged. We're gonna have to send it back to PSA. So unfortunately those slabs aren't going to be available on our eBay store. We're only going to keep about 8 of these slabs.